Hey, it's Ty and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today's video is a little bit different from what I usually do. It's not a vlog or any of the other stuff I do, but this is going to be book recommendations for, I guess, daughter, or it doesn't even have to be for girls, but for people who overthink. I'm excited because I love reading, but I have 4 books I would like to share, and then I have a 5th one, but this is one I haven't started yet, but I'm still going to share it with y'all. So before I get started into the books, I would say these books are for people who I feel like overthink, people who lack self-love, who need a little confidence booster. Yeah, that's for you. And people who are just in love. Now, 2 of these are poems. I love poetry, so I got these books, and if you love poetry, I think these books would be very nice. Also, I feel like most people do have these books. These are books that you've probably seen either on TikTok, or if you've seen like other YouTubers recommend it, but I'm gonna recommend it so y'all know, because I need to put y'all on. Okay, so the first book I have, you've probably seen this. I feel like a lot of people have this. This is from Don Miguel Ruiz, The 4 Agreements. I love this book. Not gonna lie, when I was reading this, I didn't totally agree with some of the stuff he was stating. He got a couple of side eyes. I think he was a little mean, just a little rude towards me when I was reading this. But this book right here, this book will set you straight. I do have notes in here. I did take a little notes in this. I also got a collection, so I got 3. So I have The Mastery of Love and The Voice of Knowledge. I actually read one of these. I didn't. The Mastery of Love. I didn't finish that one. I'm still working on that one, but this is one I started. That one's pretty good too. And The Voice of Knowledge, I haven't gotten to that one yet, but I will. But this book I did finish. I'm just gonna give a brief what this book is about. I'm only going to read what this is, and then I'm gonna probably read a couple of my notes. So first things first, he talks about speaking with integrity when no one's around. Speak high. I feel like obviously speak highly of yourself, speak highly of others, don't put other people down. Another thing he talks about is assuming, the power of assumption. Assuming things will not get you far. It's best not to assume. I've assumed about a lot of things. I've guessed. I've hurt my own feelings assuming. I'm pretty sure you have too. So it says, find the courage to ask questions, to express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you would to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. People who lack communication skills, people who lack comprehension skills, people who lack emotional intelligence. That is the main one, emotional intelligence. Most people say, oh, I am so emotional intelligent. You're not. You're actually an asshole. But I feel like people who actually understand and know what emotional intelligence is, they have a lot of confidence, and they have empathy, sympathy. They don't lack those, you know, and they have a lot of self-love. So that's actually one main thing I think that I took from this book, was the power of assuming. You know, every now and then I assume, which also leads me to overthinking, and I'm still working on that. If you're an overthinker, this is actually a good book for you because of, you know, assuming. But this is a wisdom book also. It says it right here. But I love this book a lot. Also, another thing, sorry. It says, always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. I really think some of y'all needed to hear that. You most definitely needed to hear that. You know, every now and then we all struggle in life. We all feel down. We don't feel motivated. But I feel like when you have discipline and consistency, that's when, you know, because what is the phrase? I forgot, but do it when, don't do it when you're motivated, you know, because that's why you do things when you're disciplined. Be disciplined, because when you lack motivation, it's not going to get done. And then you're looking sad and a pathetic excuse of, I don't even know. But this book right here, this book will get you right. I love this book, and this is my first recommendation. Now for the notes that I have in here, I do have a lot, but I'm going to share one that I feel like everyone should know. And this is from the first chapter, I believe, and it says, "But nobody abuses us more than we abuse ourselves, and it is the judge, the victim, and the belief system that make us do this." We are our biggest critics. We are our biggest haters, actually. We are our biggest haters. And this line right here just helped me realize that I get nowhere with no confidence. I get nowhere not loving myself. I get nowhere judging other people. I get nowhere making assumptions, overthinking. You just get nowhere. Okay, so this second book right here, when I read this book, I probably cried a couple times, because this is poetry. This is about love. This is for the girls who overthink, the girls who have loved deeply and didn't receive that love. I love this book so much, but this is called "To the Man I Love Too Much." I'm currently rereading this because y'all, I can't even tell you right now. I can't even tell you. But this book right here is filled with poems about love. Each chapter is different. So the chapter depends on, let me see if I can find it. No. Okay, but each chapter is different. They're all labeled. Each poem is sectioned into parts of where, sorry, brain fart. So it says, "To the man I love too much," but then also underneath it says, "And the ones who never loved me enough." Not gonna lie, that one hit a little hard for me. But we live and we learn and we still love. So, but I'm going to read one that was one of my favorites. Actually, let me see, because I have a couple. Okay, this one's called "I See You." Okay, this one's called "I See You." "I see your flaws and I love them. I see your strengths and I love them. I see your looks and I love them. I see your demons and I love them. I see your thoughts and I love them. In a few words, I see you and I love you." This one is exactly how I wish someone would feel about me. But at the end of the day, self-love is the most important love. So obviously I'm gonna love myself way more than anybody could ever love me. That's for sure. But this book right here, this book will get you right. I say that about all the books, but this is obviously for my overthinking girlies, the girls who love poem. Even if you don't love poetry, I feel like this book is something you could most definitely see yourself reading. And it's just fun to have. Like, these are cute little reminders, not even cute, let me not say that, helpful reminders of why you should put yourself first. Because you're reading this, you're like, oh, that actually hurt, like I can relate to that. Then remember, love yourself, you know? Do better for yourself. Treat yourself the way you would want someone else to treat you, because at the end of the day, you are priority. You come first. Love yourself first. Thank you. My third book recommendation, this one hurts the most, I think, for me. This is another poetry book. I really do hope y'all are enjoying these recommendations too, because I love books. I used to be like into like the fairy tale, fantasy, romance, action. One of my favorite authors is James Patterson. I feel like everybody should know James Patterson, or Rick Riordan. I don't know, whoever wrote the Percy Jackson books, Olympian books, all of those books. I used to love books like that. But now I'm like, now that I'm getting grown, actually I am grown. Now that I'm getting older, those books no longer, you know, entertain me really, but like the books that, you know, deal with self-love or just educating, those are the books that I gravitate towards. But this one is called Save Me an Orange. I feel like you might have seen this on TikTok. I found this from TikTok. I actually got this book because of a poem I saw someone post on TikTok, and the poem was about finding the right person at the wrong time or meeting them. And the poem was very touching. Like, it made me think differently. I actually do want to read it. It's kind of long. It is pretty long. It's 2 pages, but I blew out the main important parts, at least for me. And actually, I'm going to read this because I think this book is very, 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 very important to have. I guess if you obviously are an overthinker, or just someone who likes to read poems about, you know, life. This is not only about men, it's about life in general, from even like a very young age. These poems, there is a lot. There's stuff about, like, you know, parenthood, motherhood, growing up as a teen. There are a lot of things. I feel like this is a good book to just read as like a regular chapter book. Like, if you're in high school, I think this is a good book to have, actually, because, or even middle school, I think this is a good book to have just to read, to understand, like, you know, it's okay to grow up. You're not the only person going through things, you know. But I do want to read this poem about wrong person, right time, because after I read this, I saw it from a different perspective. And now when people ask me about it, I most definitely refer them to this book, or I tell them why I believe that there's no such thing as right person, wrong time. I'm going to read this. Wait, let me see, because wait. Okay. It's going to be a while, sorry. My friend asked me to write a poem about the right person, wrong time. But truthfully, I don't think the right person comes at the wrong time. I think they are just the wrong person, because if it was meant to be, it simply would just be. Now that line, that set it off for me. That was enough for me. But it was the rest of the poem that really got me. Every time something does not work out with somebody, even if it's just not a right person, wrong time kind of thing, it's just like that person would cross all of my, that person would check off all my marks, all my yes, 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 instead of my no's, no, no's. This should not be a pros or con list. It should only be pros. But let me continue. I think we tell ourselves this for a way to cope. It's better to believe they were the right person than admit they aren't mature enough to love you. The right person doesn't leave because of the distance. That part. He doesn't leave because he wants to grow. That part. He doesn't leave because you deserve better. That part. Because he would just be better. Sorry. I'm going to put my little 2 cents in every now and then. The right person will see you deserve better and choose to be better. So I guess I can't write a poem about the right person who comes at the wrong time, because they do not exist. But I guess I can write a poem about the wrong person. The wrong person will teach you to love yourself every day. The wrong person will show you that there is a life after them. One filled with joy, laughter, tears, and even pain. The wrong person will remind you to choose yourself every day. The wrong person helps you find yourself and will lead you to the right person. But this time, the right time. Yes, a round of applause for that poem. Now, obviously, there's some people who may not agree with that, but me, I most definitely agree with that. And I apply that to every single relationship, friendship, family, and, you know, any other type of relationship I may have. But especially, like, you know, my other relationship, because, like, friends come and go, but I love my friends, so I hope they don't go. But when it comes to, like, men or women or whoever I'm dealing with, that right there, this is why I don't believe in the wrong person, right time theory. Because I do feel like, you know, people are like, oh, I wish I could tell my stories, but I do not want my business out there, and I don't want people looking at my videos like, oh, is this about me? Because it's probably not, because I'm not gonna spend time talking about you. But yes, this book is called Save Me an Orange, so I really do hope you guys get this book, because I love it.